Hey everybody, it's Big Ed here. And after the exciting Eagles victory last night, man, we had a lot of stuff going on last night. It's just me and Carey, Iona tonight. We are talking about the Birds. And, I can't believe Carey, I cannot believe how that game started last night. I mean, they had all this fanfare, the green stadium, the fireworks, the banner drops, this happens,
Oh
that
yeah,
happens.
man.
First play of the game, and we were talking about the fullback yesterday. Fullback gets hurt, and
No.
then that was horrible. Yeah. I mean, the whole thing with Jalen Carter, that just took the wind right out of my sails because I was really looking forward to seeing him last night. And I know a lot of people were really frustrated with that, watching the game. Um, what's your take on that? Because at first I was super uber disappointed in him. I actually thought it was unprovoked, but then looking at the video, so just trying to get your
Yeah. Well, Dak did spit at him. Didn't spit on him, but spit kind of at him, like in that direction, and then had this big smile on his face. I mean, Jalen's not just going to go up to Dak and just spit on him for no reason. You know what I mean? He had to have been
yeah.
provoked. Like he had to, but it's still stupid. It's just stupid. Like, you know, you're in your third year in the league now, man. It's time to grow up. Like,
Yeah. Well, I think honestly, I think last night it was so apparent that they didn't have that leadership, especially the defensive leadership that they had before. Looking
yeah,
at the game last night, they had no Sweat, no Brandon Graham. He was too busy. He was presenting the
yeah.
trophy last night or the banner. So
No Milton Williams.
no yeah, exactly. They also
Yeah,
said that to Milton Williams, another guy that was not. So that right there, I definitely believe was. I almost think that was contrived the way that they did it, and he played right into their hands. He
yeah,
he has to take a leadership position on his team. He cannot be doing that kind of thing. I mean, I know he
no,
probably got earful today. Now, did they ever come up with a decision? Somebody was mentioning 20,000 as far as fine. Did they come? I didn't see. Did the NFL come up with a fine?
I,
Somebody mentioned like 15 or 20. I don't know where I got that information from, but if you
yeah,
guys know what the fine is, put the comments below. That would be great. I didn't hear anything, but
yeah. I didn't hear anything yet.
yeah, yeah,
I don't
doing
think
my
he's. I don't think he'd face a suspension over it. I mean, he could, but I don't. I think that's a bit too harsh, especially since it was provoked.
it's like one of those things. Yeah, it definitely was provoked. It's one of those things though that's like, it's out there. If it wasn't like on the camera, like so prevalent, and the fact that the one thing that I don't understand, that Carter, the referee always sees the second guy. When I was in schools, they used to say that to kids. I was like, listen, they don't see the first guy that starts the trouble and everything else. They see the second guy that actually throws the punch, and that's what happened in this case scenario. He was the guy
Yeah.
reacting to that. I know nobody's just going to spit on somebody for no reason. But I mean,
Well,
that was just amazing to me.
defensive linemen aren't as smart as offensive linemen, huh?
This is true. I will definitely attest to that. Absolutely. Defensive linemen aren't as smart as
Yeah,
offensive.
he's got to grow up, man. He's got to grow up. Like,
Yeah.
and the fact that he was smiling about it going off the field at last night, that just
You know what? I thought about this because here I go again. But if looking at smiling, but people are always like, he's smiling about it. I don't know if he was. I
yeah,
know
he
that's
might be
probably
one of those. He might be one of those guys that always smile when they're stressed. Like,
right, or they
McNabb.
get nervous and that's how they
Yeah,
react. Because I remember my
yeah, one
mom
of
used to
those
yell at me
nervous
as a kid.
smiles.
Oh yeah, because my mom used to yell at me as a kid. And she'll attest to this, Mom, if you're listening. Put your when she used to, yell at me, screaming, and I started laughing, and that just made her more upset. So I was like, oh man. So I don't know. Maybe that's it. Who we hope. Listen, I hope he
Yeah,
got it out of his system, and I hope it's not going to happen again. Because man, it was definitely without him in that game last night. That game changed tremendously because now they got a free run on the linebackers.
yeah.
Blind. He played a good game, but he didn't play the game that he possibly could.
Davis
Jordan Davis,
actually.
I think, played well. I
Yeah,
do.
he did play well. I watched the film breakdown on him. Baldinger did the breakdown
Okay,
on
yeah, he
him.
does a good
And
job.
yeah, he showed up last night,
Yeah,
but he
yeah.
couldn't do
So
it by himself. And But the defense did come up big in the fourth quarter. You
Yeah.
know, the pass rush was there. So
Listen, let's be honest. You know, if Lamb didn't drop those balls, I mean, I know there's what if, but CD Lamb,
yeah,
he cost them that game last night in a way because he dropped those two crucial passes at the end. Now the coverage was decent, but they were talking today about how they were missing Isaiah Rodgers, from last year, and
yeah,
how fast they got him. So just in general, I think it was the first game. I think the fact that they were rusty, as we were talking about that before. Now both
yeah,
teams played
yeah,
their first game, but the Eagles didn't play any of their starters, and I mean they're over on the sidelines, taking pictures and stuff like this for those 3 preseason games. You got
yeah,
young guys that are in there. They don't have the experience. Listen, game speed and practice speed are 2 different things. That
yeah,
game speed, so we were asking a lot from them. I mean, there was a couple suspect calls on both sides of this. I had one of the kid Dallas fan was saying, "Oh, Mulata's holding on every play or something." Listen, if you're a good offensive lineman, you know how to hold. I mean,
yeah,
that's what happens.
yeah. They
I'm
call
not
they can
making
call holding
excuses.
out.
Yeah, so I don't know if you saw that, and then you
Hey,
know, just
I
in
mean, the bottom
general,
line is Dallas does have some pretty good receivers, man. I mean, CD Lamb is a hell of a player. Like
yeah.
he's he's constantly force fed by Dak. Like they didn't have any running game or anything. Like they just.
Listen,
I'll
I'm not
chalk it
going to
up
take
to week
anything away
one.
from them because they played hard last night. The Cowboys did. I mean, look, I know we
Yeah,
all have the vitriol and hate for them. They played hard. I definitely think that the what's coming up right now next week's going to be they got to tighten the ship because darn right well the Kansas City Chiefs are coming next week. They are coming, and they're playing in Arrowhead next week. They're not playing in
oh
Philly,
my
so
God, yeah,
that's going to be
yeah,
an interesting test for us, especially on primetime football. It's a Sunday night
yeah,
game, and hey, look, I'll tell you what. The most exciting part of all this for me is football's back.
yes,
So
yes.
yeah, I mean, it's just
We got to get through the first couple of weeks. It's gonna
right.
it gets a little bit to get the wheels in motion. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
it is what it is right now. We're in good shape. We came out of the game healthy. Nobody got
yeah.
hurt except for the fullback, right? I mean,
Well, yeah. I mean, that's the thing.
Dickerson's back out a little tight, but I'm sure he's going to play.
I'm a little concerned, man, especially as a lineman, as a lineman who deals with back issues today.
Yeah, yeah, he's tough, man.
Those discs do get compressed,
Yeah,
and that could be a nagging thing. And a lot of your core, comes from your back strength and be able to drive block and stuff like this. And that was so prevalent last night. I mean, I think Toth is serviceable when they brought him in.
yeah, but it
He's
was
not
such a
fixing it.
drop off. Like from Dickerson to Toth was like,
Yeah,
Dickerson
yeah.
and then Toth like down here.
He's
You can
serviceable.
just
You know what?
tell.
If I was stout, I would probably bring in for Johnson and put him as a guard. But that's just me
Yeah,
because he's a big body. He'd be able to move
yeah,
some people. I mean, but I know they probably need them, make sure that they have those extra tackles out there if they needed to. So
yeah,
that was a huge drop off in the game when they came back after the storm because I felt like they still had the momentum once they got the fumble. And with 4:44 remaining in the third quarter, all of a sudden lightning comes right out of the sky. And
yeah.
I'll tell you what, they didn't come back as strong. I don't think either team did, but I
No, no,
definitely
they
think,
didn't.
huh? I'm sorry.
But Hurts was on point last night. For most of the game with his legs, and he just got it done last night. He was completing passes. He went, where'd he go? 19 of 23 for 152 yards. Like he's never going to be Joe Burrow. You know what I mean? He's never going to put up these big fancy passing
No,
numbers.
as long as the man wins, that's all I care
Yeah,
about.
I
I
mean
mean, look,
he manages the offense. People take being a game manager, they being called a game manager an insult, but I never
at
considered
the
it an
end of the
insult.
game, the only thing that counts is wins and losses. If you're playing, football is one of the biggest team sports And to
Yeah.
be honest with you, it takes an entire team to win. He did what was necessary to win yesterday. I
That
know
boy can
when we had
run,
our
man.
conversations with Super Jim, with the Cowboys and the fact that with Dak,
Yeah.
the biggest difference between Jalen that I see, and you guys could correct me, and if you want to leave a comment below, um, that's fine too. But one of the biggest concerns that I see with Jalen is inside that pocket. I feel like sometimes he either throws a deep route, right? I don't
Yeah.
see inside, like between, and when I mean the pocket, I mean almost like in between the guards, between the two tackle box right there. When I see it,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't see a lot of like 3-step drop, get back, or 5-step drop, get back, and then throwing a quick slant or something like this. I see he's better in motion, and I think that's actually done by design
Yeah. I
because
mean, he's already in shotgun, most
yeah,
of the time.
right,
So
and I think that's done by design because then they know there'll be that threat.
yeah.
He took what they gave him last night, right? So he actually took what they gave him last night, which is fine. At the end of the day,
Yeah.
you got to win, and that's what counts the most.
Yeah.
So I don't know, not to over pontificate on this. Sorry, SAT word of the day, but not to overthink it. I think, I honestly think that he did what he needed to do to win. He wasn't
Yeah.
the
I
issue.
mean,
Yeah,
he was passing for first downs when we needed him. We got by on third down. The tush push worked a couple times.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
he got it done with his legs. He had 62 yards on 14 carries with 2 touchdowns.
yeah. I mean, and that's what Dickinson got in trouble. I think it was the tush push last night that he actually got in. And what happened? It was either the tush push or it was definitely inside run
Yeah,
play that
yeah,
he actually got jammed up from behind, and he got dinged in the back. And those as a guy that played the position, that's never fun. But it is what
yeah.
it is when you're out there. And I
You-
hope.
You're
I hope.
getting you're
Go ahead.
getting hit on every play,
Every
like
play, every
every
play.
play. Not like receivers, or
No,
anything like that,
no,
but
no.
offensive linemen are getting hit on every play.
Yeah, my first word of the morning is ah.
Yeah,
But
much respect to the offensive line, and
yeah,
we got the best offensive line in the league when healthy. You
yeah.
know,
I mean, they're great. I mean, I think that the one thing that we're missing is that depth that was
yeah,
there. I definitely think, and it was across the board. So
yeah.
they held Barkley. Barkley was doing really well in the first quarter, in the first half. But when
Shipley
Dickinson
was
went
good
out, there
too.
was a big, there was a drop off there. And then
Yeah,
honestly, in all fairness to Charles too, he dropped from the ones to the twos. He's practicing pretty much with the twos all week, and get yourself mentally prepared. I mean, he's a professional; he should, but
yeah,
he doesn't have that size that Dickinson had, and that just that explosiveness that he has off the ball.
yeah. Well, Stoutland does a great job, man. Like having our guys prepared to just go in there and play. At a
Right.
moment's notice. You know what I mean? Um,
I thought they got the one guy that they got back. I thought they brought him back from Samalu. Did they bring him back this year?
I don't think so. No,
Why do they
did
think
they?
he's back?
They brought back Matt Pryor.
And Pryor. Okay. I mean, I was wrong. But anyway, so yeah, let's talk. We talked about that. We talked about Jalen a little bit. We talked about the Barkley. Barkley played a decent game, serviceable. He got 60 yards last night. That's like it's not his 100-yard game, but I
Yeah,
think, like you said, it was new. It was just fresh out of the box. He showed some signs of explosiveness. Some of the moves he made, he just stopped on a dime, went right up the field. Little concerned about AJ Brown, not him as a player, but I think they do need to get him the ball more.
yeah. I think maybe his hamstring's still bothering him a little bit.
Okay, so maybe
Um, but he came up big in that one catch, and what was it for 8 yards? But
yeah.
it
Yeah,
was
that's
a
the biggest
big catch,
of the
man.
game. That's what Hurt said anyway. I watched the post
Yeah,
game conference last night. Yeah, so this, I think, Brown, Devontae made good plays. Jahad Donson made a nice play downfield.
yeah, yeah. That was a
Threw
nice catch, man.
yeah, threw a nice ball down the field.
Dotson came to play this year. He's in a contract year, so
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he played well. I think the offense overall they did what they
He's
needed.
showing why he was a first round pick.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
You know?
Yeah, and I think he's only going to get better. Listen, a lot
Yeah.
of times it takes, it's just those ebbs and flows of football. It's just how you play, and just getting the level of familiarity can be important.
Yeah. Dallas Goedert had 7 catches for 44 yards.
Yeah, he played well. I mean, only
Yeah.
44 yards, but I mean, a couple of them were really nice passes. He did what he had to do. He got open when he needed it.
Yeah, I mean, you get 5 or 6 yards on first down, you can do whatever you want on second down. You know what I mean? Like, the offense is working.
Yeah, the offense is. I mean, I think over time, I said next week's going to be a huge test for them.
Yeah.
So next week
Kansas
we
City's
talk
got a
about that.
tough defense.
Yeah, so hopefully we'll have the regular crew back together on Tuesday.
Yeah.
We just wanted to do a recap for you guys out there in straight shooter land because we felt it was necessary to talk about it.
A win is a win, right? It shows up at the end of the season. It shows up on the W column.
Exactly. And that's what counts the most. That's the one thing a lot of people lose sight of is the win. I mean, look, you could say what you want, but they did a stat last night about Hurts. He was in in the last 9 championships, he was in 5 or something like this between college and the NFL. I forget exactly what the number was, but it was pretty impressive. In the last like 3 Super Bowls.
I get so mad when Jimmy says he's carried. I know he does it to annoy us, but it's like, no, he's not carried at all.
Well, a lot of times, sometimes people just like to say the sky is green, even though it's blue. Blue could be just because it'd be opposite.
Yeah.
But I definitely think that I think we have a shot. I think, are we as strong as we were last year at the end of the year? No. Do we have we had a lot more experience last year, especially on the defensive side of the ball. Experience comes with playing, getting on that field. That's what's going to happen. They get more reps. They can only help it get better. And you know what? They played against some 2 darn good receivers last night.
Yeah.
Dallas isn't going to be a joke this year, as they were. And Schottenheimer did a decent job, I thought, as a coach. He has good pedigree.
Yeah. He kept
kind
the
of
game
almost made me feel sorry for him a little bit, just a little bit, when they were talking about his dad, because I always thought his dad was just a great coach and a good man.
Yeah, I liked it. I love those Chiefs teams that he used to coach back then.
Yeah, Marty Schottenheimer he's a class act. He was.
Christian Okoye, all them guys.
A little bit though. It was like I felt sorry. Just a little bit, but we're excited.
Then you see Jerry's face in the press box or in the owner's box, and you just get that warm and fuzzy feeling,
Yeah. All I needed to see then was Chris Christie standing behind him.
Oh yeah.
He was probably still on the beach in his beach chair. All right. Well, hey, look. Let's get ready for next week. Tuesday, guys. If you guys have like and subscribe, if you guys want to get on our show or call into our show and be a part of our show, reach out to us. And you can check us out on straightshootersports.com. Check out our YouTube channel, like and subscribe there. You'll get all the live feeds coming into you. Or give us a call. We'll put our cell phones up there. Mine's up there right now. So if you guys want to be a part of the show, shoot us a text. Send us a message. We'll be more than happy to have you guys on here because we love interacting with the people that we interact with. So it'd be great. Just so we don't have to, if you do that as a favor to us, just so we don't have to listen to Jim all the time, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Hey, have a great weekend, Carey. Guys, have a great weekend. Be safe out there.
All righty.